switched a few things around. As you can see, St. Lucia's the first one today for our press conferences at the 42nd Caribbean Travel Marketplace. Applause, applause, applause. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Jennifer McGuire, who is going to move through the presentation and also moderate Q&A after the session. So please hold your questions to the end. Thank you so much.
All right, everyone, thanks for your patience. Are we ready to go to St. Lucia for about 15 minutes?
Yes.
I'm ready. Okay, we have an esteemed panel today. I would like to introduce to you Senator Gideon Ferdinand, our Parliamentary Secretary for the Ministry of Tourism. And it's not just our Ministry of Tourism, it's our Ministry of Tourism, Investment, Creative Services, Culture, and Information. So thank you for joining us. Mr. Thomas Leonce is our Director of Marketing for the St. Lucia Tourism Authority Subcommittee, and he's here at the end of the table. And we have Mr. Dexter Purcell, who is the Head of Marketing for St. Lucia Tourism Authority. So if we can just have a quick welcoming hand for them. Thank you, everyone. And as Nadia said, I'm Jennifer McGuire. I look after the public relations with my team in New York. If we haven't met already, pleasure to meet you. Let's say hello afterwards and we'll connect. So without further ado, gentlemen, I'll pass it along to you.
Yeah, thank you. Am I clear?
Yes.
Hi. Thank you, Jennifer. Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
If you see a little bit of zest in my posture, it's because we're just coming out of the Jazz and Arts Festival 2024. So let me just start by giving you an overview of what we'll be doing this morning. We've been introduced, so what I'll be doing is giving you just an overview of four main areas. Our performance for the last year, our calendar of events, what's coming up in St. Lucia, and including our airlift and cruise tourism, and what's new. And what's new will be handled by my colleague Thomas over here. So let's start with where I took off. We just had the culmination of St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2024. That was on record as probably the best we've had for a very long time. It has become a staple in our tourism product. And this year, if you check Marshall Montano's page, you will get a little idea of what he thought about it. That's one of the soca kings of the world, perhaps the best, coming out of Trinidad. And that event was carried live on Air Supply's page this year. They were one of the performers at the final day, the ultimate experience on Mother's Day on the Sunday. So far, we feel that the Jazz and Arts Festival, which normally runs from the 30th of April to the 7th of May, this festival is now a trademark. It is deemed the best festival in the Caribbean at this time, and our colleagues do admit that it is. We have complementing that, it's not just jazz, but it's jazz and arts. So we also have complementing the jazz festival, the arts component, where we focus on the other areas of art, including fringe events, showcasing of our craft, our musical talent, local film, and a number of other events around the country. So you may be able to have an experience in almost every community with fringe events. What's coming up? We have an exciting next few months coming up. First of all, we also take very, very seriously our sports tourism product. And you may know that in June of this year, we have the ICC T20 Men's World Cup. And that will be hosted in the Caribbean, and St. Lucia is one of the venues for the first round and the round of 8. So we will have countries like Australia there. So should they progress, which we think they will, we may very well see Australia versus India in the second round. And that means if these two countries are playing in St. Lucia, we will have a bumper crowd because of their following. Following cricket, we also have the St. Lucia Carnival 2024. If you haven't been to St. Lucia Carnival, you need to think about it, because this is the highest economic owner in this country, as well as probably the biggest festival that we've had as a country. It's a 2-week festival. This year it's going to be from July 10th to 17th, and it really has grown. There are fringe events as well. So St. Lucia Carnival is coming up. And then we move to CPL. I'm not sure if you know what the Caribbean Premier League. It is similar to what the IPL has and the other franchise cricket leagues. This in St. Lucia will be one of the host countries for the Caribbean Premier League. You have Barbados, Guyana, Trinidad, Antigua, St. Kitts and Nevis, and so on. St. Lucia is host to the St. Lucia Stars, and so they are one of the franchises playing. Right after the T20 cricket, we have Emancipation Day celebrations in August. This is now a very big event. We really take it seriously, where we reflect on our heritage and our struggles, and there are some major activities as part of Emancipation. And then we move to one of our flower festivals, La Woz, which is also celebrated on August 30th in St. Lucia. It's part of 2 festivals. We have the La Woz, which is a pink flower, and the Marguerite, which is a blue flower. And the Marguerite is celebrated in October. It's like a rivalry between those 2 flower groups. And there's a lot of history about it. And we do celebrate these in August and November. And then we go to October, we have the Cultural Heritage Month. We call it Journée Creole. That is it's a major festival of our art, food, our cuisine, our history, our heritage in October. And we also expect a major sporting event coming up in October, November, where the England team is going to be touring the Caribbean, and St. Lucia is one of those countries. So in terms of events coming up, a lot of sports tourism events. I want to take a little break now and move quickly into our performance for the period under review, which would be last year and perhaps the year before. Since COVID, we've seen steady growth in our numbers. We noticed over 2023 there was an increase of about 7% in terms of total arrivals over 2022. So far this year, 2024, we have seen a steady increase in the numbers. Every month from January till now, there has been an increase where the numbers have surpassed the previous year. So we basically realized a total of about 11% overall increase in our arrivals and health. So this is looking really good, and if that trend continues, we're looking at record numbers. Obviously, we have our most prolific market, which is the US market, but there are other markets we'll be exploring, and I'm sure you'll get a little more detail on that. We recognized in the month of March, we saw the highest ever number of arrivals in St. Lucia in history. So March was a glorious month for us in terms of arrivals. I think our marketing team is working really hard to keep that going. I'll just give you some more details as per the various summer upcoming new flights and new developments. So our main market, we have JetBlue, for example. They are a long-term partner of St. Lucia. They are coming out. We have some daily flights, 2 additional ones coming out of JFK. We also have starting on June 13th, running all the way through July 23rd. JetBlue will have a double daily flight from New York. And then we also looking at a number of about 162 persons. That is new airlift. The 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Providing additional options for connections to various U.S. markets. Additional flights on other markets, aside from JetBlue and American Airlines, we have a new flight service to Boston twice a week from JetBlue. We have an additional flight from Miami from American Airlines, and they're introducing a second daily flight from Miami via Beaufort, the Juvenile International Airport, Armenia. I also would probably want to share a few other areas from Canada, for example, North America. We have flights from there. There are 4 direct daily flights from Toronto to St. Lucia this summer. And Air Canada flies non-stop twice a week, on Sundays and on Wednesdays. We also have WestJet flying non-stop twice a week on Sundays and on Thursdays. From the Caribbean, which is a market, we have some serious concerns with the non-operation of LIAT. We've had some challenges in the Caribbean region. And when we have events like Carnival, Jazz, we see how that affects our regional travel. But we have explored some new routes in the Caribbean, so Caribbean Airlines and Inter-Caribbean will continue with the routes that were introduced in 2023. The Air Adelphi, that is a new airline, a new flight that was introduced just recently between our neighboring islands of St. Vincent to the immediate south and Martinique to the immediate north, which is a French territory, and that opens up a brand new opportunity because of the amount of activity between those two countries. We also saw the commencement on the 28th of May of Sunrise Airways connecting Antigua, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Dominica, that is towards the northern islands. And that also is very crucial for our market because Antigua is one of the main hubs in the north. We also saw Winair from, we'll be introducing some new routes from both the north and south of the Caribbean, and we're very excited about that possibility as well because it will connect us hopefully to the South American mainland, where you have places like Guyana, and that should really help us. Out of the UK, we have British Airways continuing its daily flight to Gatwick, and TUI continues the weekly non-stop flights on Tuesdays, and Virgin Airways, we had a successful winter schedule, and that will be from October to mid-May this year, and we're starting up on December 1st with Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday flights through to Heathrow. So we're connecting both to Gatwick and Heathrow via Virgin Airways. In addition, Virgin has a flight a month beginning October 28th, which stops in Barbados twice weekly. Of course, we know the benefits of these markets, particularly the UK market and the US market, to our airlift, and we are looking this summer to increase our airlift by about 40,000 for the upcoming summer. So that is quite encouraging, and we can well imagine the benefits that it's going to bring to our country. In terms of investments in the sector, we have quite a few exciting developments in the hotel sector. The investment portfolio there is quite exciting. We have a number of new developments and new properties that are coming up. 4,700 rooms approximately will be introduced or added to the formal and informal sector, and 4,700 to the formal sector and 5,200 in the formal sector. We believe that this is exciting and new, and we need to improve our room stock because of the increased demand from the markets that we source. The Destination by Hyatt, let me just give you some examples of some of those properties. We have 96-room property at Casablanca to the north of the country. Secrets Resort and Spa, that's formerly St. James Club again to the north. 334 rooms at Shop Bay. Courtyard Marriott right on the waterfront in Castries. We have expecting 140 rooms at Point Seraphim. Canals Resort, that is close to where I'm from on the East Coast, close to the main road, close to the Atlantic. We expect a 380-room high-end apartment and a total of 11 buildings there. And very, very interestingly, we've now introduced something that I think we are the first to do in the Caribbean. We've teamed up with the Lifeco Group to introduce wellness tourism. And there's a major investment there that we broke ground just last week, the 16th of May, and we are expecting to progress with a 523-room wellness resort in the north of the country, somewhere called Mont Pima, which has some significant meaning to our country. And that initiative is not just something you're placing there, it is really organic to what St. Lucia itself offers. That will complement, for example, the already well-established mineral bath at the Sulphur Springs in Soufrière, and a number of other packages that are offered in St. Lucia that go towards wellness tourism. So wellness tourism is one of the new areas that we're exploring with that initiative. We continue to improve our experience with the Cabot Group, with the luxury resorts and the elite golf courses. We also have a summer 2025 Lucian-owned Bay Gardens brand introducing a new wave of luxury with the Sapphire Sands Villa and Bay Gardens. So these, you have a nice blend of wellness, luxury, and of course 3-star and up and above. Well, there are some other initiatives. I just want to move quickly to the maritime side, the cruise sector. The industry, as a part of our tourism product, we're investing in attracting some new cruise lines, and part of that will be port development in the capital city of Castries, where we can attract some bigger vessels. That development is expected, it actually has already started, and we'll also be introducing, as part of that development, some improvement in Soufrière. And Soufrière, if you know, is almost the tourist capital of St. Lucia. So we